Veracity, the first aspect of big data. So this is broad topic of my PhD, working with Dr. Gillian Tang. So we know, you all heard about big data. It's all over the news and big data. Everybody's talking about the big data. Big data is associated usually with 4 V's. One is a value. The big data is big, obviously. Lots of data we have, Twitter, Facebook, I don't know, other sources. Big data comes with a variety. The different format of the data is not just a single, like a conventional databases. And also velocity. You can send over your message in a blink of eyes. The first that I'm going to focus on is veracity. The correctness of the data. Is that data we can trust the data? That's my topic. Last night I was putting together the slides and I come across this by very simple, just a Google search. Yeah, a few days ago, someone in Florida, sadly shot a few students in high school. Someone said, yeah, this guy is a Democrat, has registered as a Democrat. No, he didn't. This was a lie. Someone else did, but accidentally, coincidentally, with the same name. So what I'm saying is, with the timely things, everything comes with a fake news and fake data. And so we cannot always trust the data that we all have. So there is plenty of these fake content producers. Individuals for different motivations, organizations, sadly the governments, politicians, Russia, I don't know what America, I don't want to comment that, but different countries, China, they are all, doing this kind of misinformation. So let's also, to make things more concrete, I want to show you this chart, which is showing the Facebook in a last presidential election. This one is the number of the posts associated with true news, mainstream news, and the red line is a fake news. As we approach the election day, the number of the posts associated with the fake news finally exceed the number of the posts associated with mainstream news. This is quite alerting. We shouldn't take a fake news for granted. Oh yeah, it's something like that. It's that important. The Facebook itself is under unprecedented, under high pressure from the politicians, from different agencies. Why they are not preventing this fake news? So let's look at the misinformation life cycle or timeline in more detail. First of all, someone, crazy enough, creates a piece of misinformation. Vaccination causes autism. Is it true or not? Has not been verified. Then it's getting diffused, mainly by social media, Twitter, Facebook, other social media, or by word of mouth, your colleague, your friend, your spouse, whatever. Then, hopefully, it's getting detected. Okay, this is not true, this is fake. We know this is fake, we verify it by some fact-checking website or whatever other measures. And finally, which is also equally important, is we should intervene and prevent the damage, prevent the damage and do action and take action against it. So to sum up, creation, diffusion, detection, intervention are the life cycle point of the misinformation. So what we have done, mostly 2 works, because of the time constraint, I just shed light briefly on the 2 works we have done, which is on detection. The first one is multi-source, multi-class fake news detection. We are giving a piece of information, a text, and we're training a model that's telling us, okay, this is true or false. The machine learning model, specifically a deep learning model, which I will explain more. And the second one is about deception detection in videos. Someone telling it, presenting some statement, and we train a model to say, okay, is it telling a truth or telling a lie? Trustful or deceptive? So let's take the first work, multi-source, multi-class fake news detection. Here's a big picture. I don't want to go into detail, it's taking so much time. So we connect different sources. We automatically extract feature. This is one of the feature extractor for textual information. Then we fuse these features, and then this is a fusion of the features. Then finally, we classify into 6 classes, not only true and false, but in between, in line with what has been specified by PolitiFact, which is a very well-known fact-checking website. True, mostly true, half true, barely true, false, and phantom-phi. Phantom-phi is something ridiculously false. So here's a case study from the first work. This is a statement, different sources of the data from Ted Cruz. So the statement ground truth is false, and our model also point out false, and also which source of the data is important. Also, our model is capable of telling us this. So the second work, we focus on deception detection in video. Why videos? You know, in 2016, 73% of internet traffic was video, which is huge, 73%. And there is no rigorous regulation of posting something on the internet. However, there are so many applications that video deception can be useful. Airport, customer border screening, someone coming into the country. Courtrooms, trials, someone has been accused of doing something. Did you murder? No, I did not. So you're telling a lie or truth. Job interviews. Do you know this programming language? Yeah, of course I know. All of these, deception is very useful. Deception detection, not deception itself. Apologies. So this is also, again, the overall model, some pre-processing of the videos, differentiating visual and vocal, audio and video, and then classification, feature extraction, and so on and so forth. Then, again, I don't want to go into detail of this. I just want to show you this interesting case study. The first one is a deceptive case. The second one is a transport case. As you can see, in a deceptive case, our model has, this is a heat map of the subject space. Our model has found some clues or cues or features on the face of the subject. This is why it's called deceptive. Some of these previously have been found by psychologists as actually the features of the deception, like eyes blinking, I don't know, sometimes lips. But some of the part also here is also quite interesting, has been discovered. Why? We don't know. This is kind of end-to-end, completely data-driven model. But in this transport case, we don't see that much cues. So this guy is, hopefully, is lucky enough, he's telling the truth. So some feature work about detection. One of the things that we found out, future work about the misinformation. One thing that we found out, yeah, misinformation is all over the place and fake news. But the thing is, we don't have that much labeled data. In one particular project that we were working, we asked someone to, annotate some tweet for us, like one undergrad fellow. It took him like 2-3 months to annotate like 200 tweets of like, okay, this guy's telling the truth or not. And finally, fed up, he was trying to, run away from university because it was very, very hard task. Bottom line is, so we don't have that much data. The data is limited. In a machine learning algorithm, usually we wanted to have a model that can tell us what to do. We want to have a model that can provide us accurate information, accurate result, accurate output. But there is another requirement for the misinformation. We want a model to tell us why it's giving us this kind of information. Like this case study I showed you about the deception, we are not just interested in telling us, okay, this guy is telling the truth, this guy is telling, that doesn't tell the truth, but why is telling the truth? Why is very important. The why is phrased as a model interpretability. So in a detection, we are facing with interpretable model with limited label data. This is about the detection. Something we are also working on on a diffusion is, okay, different people might have a different bias, different opinion, different preferences. So I might be a big fan of movies. Every news about a movie I receive, I eagerly share it with my friend. I don't like sports, I just pass it down and ignore them. So the diffusion, the way that the misinformation is spread, has to do with the way that our personal bias is. So the role of the users in any social media context should be taken into account. This is why we call rule-aware diffusion model. So this is something that we are working on right now. It's something quite new, and we are developing some models and analyzing how the misinformation, given the role of the users, is getting spread. Finally, intervention. How are you going to intervene? Okay, we know something is not true. What you can do about it? Can you fix it? How you can fix it? One example. Okay, something is posted on the social media. We can ask some high-profile users, can you please share the truth information? What kind of high-profile you can send the information to? You automatically or manually go to the high-profile, individuals or users to tell the truth. This is quite effective, but from other side, also misinformation is spreading. So correct information is spreading, misinformation is spreading, so they're collating and they're also competing in a network, basically is like a virus, is spreading the network, and also we should fight it. This has not been that much done because we really don't understand so far how we can fight misinformation. If we know, we can go to Facebook and be a million provide them information. Okay, the takeaway message is always be careful when you're browsing social media, when you are on the internet, check the source, and also check the fact-checking website. And do not believe what you see, what you hear all the time. Since I have started working in this area, I'm always very cautious about what I'm seeing, what I'm receiving. So I think that's it. Bye.
We have 5 minutes for questions. See? Yeah.
Thanks for this great talk. In your abstract, you mentioned you developed a hybrid deep neural network. So could you briefly explain what is a deep neural network?
For which one? Both are different. These models are different neural networks.
Mm-hmm.
So
could you briefly explain,
So there are so many models we can use in a machine learning. Traditional models, and a deep network is called end-to-end models or new models. The one difference I can shortly say in this time constraint saying this, the one big advantage of neural models is they can find features, clues, automatically, without us as expert or without us as a human telling what features should look for. If I had done this with this study, if I had done it with a traditional model, I should have told them, okay, for this, what kind of features we are looking for? Eyes, eyebrows, I don't know, blinking. People have done this. One of the previous studies in my paper that I have referenced, they have done this. Someone expert in a deception detection have come, okay, annotated this. If someone is blinking, probably lying. But the good thing about the deep models is it's data-driven, and we don't have to do anything, but the model itself figure out what kind of features are important by internal mechanisms of the model itself. So there are some weights, parameters, complicated function in a sense, in a broader picture. It figure out what is important. There are some objectives that minimizing, and then it figure out what is important. What should I spit out?
For social media, what kind of detection technology is actually being used?
For fake news.
Yeah.
Not, if I say in broadly, nothing so far, is not, because you know one thing that we are as a human, we are very excited when when you're creating something, then finally thinking about side effects. But social media has not been built for fighting fake news, because it's built for communication, and in the communication you can send anything, and nobody can tell you, because it's also sometimes it's a matter of speech of freedom. No, nothing concrete so far. These are all developing different social media. Any question?
Well, on that grounds, because you had said, that we'd be very rich if we developed these sort of Veracity algorithms for Facebook, but it's not clear to me that there's any commercial motivation for Twitter or Facebook to prefer true news to fake news, other than, say, government action to force them to. From a commercial standpoint, it seems like it's all the same to them.
Yes, of course, this is excellent point. If I'm a developer, I don't care what people are saying, yes? I just care about my revenue I get. But there is so many pressure on them. So yesterday, Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of the Facebook, had a talk, and he critically criticized himself of not doing enough action, actually based on what I just showed in the very first slide.
They had poo-pooed that, right? Not very recently, they had denied that was the case at all.
Yeah, so
fake news.
Yeah. So what the thing is, initially they thought, okay, it's, we don't lose anything, that people would correct themselves, because we are neutral as a social media. We are neutral. We don't. Yeah, they were neutral, but they could have done something, but they didn't. So there are millions of people. There are some reports. Millions of people during the election have gone from the Facebook. They have closed their account, which comes with big loss for these companies. And this is sometimes it's a disaster. They don't want to go that line of like losing things. So it's not. In the past, people with these social media providers would think, okay, it has nothing to do with us. But recently, has felt, okay, this is serious. We should do something about it.
Any other question?
Any question? Fake news?
So, is there any kind of regulating movement to take care of fake news, or just we still don't know how to deal with it? For example, if somebody make a fake news, and somebody share it, only the origin of the fake news is responsible, or someone who shared it without verified also responsible?
Technically, nobody's responsible. So if I post something on Facebook and say, this was an earthquake in Ann Arbor and 10,000 people died. Yeah, I'm telling a lie. But have I done anything crime? Have I committed any crime? Nothing. So the thing is, from one thing, these social media wants to, get down my post and, flag it, this is false. But I have a right to produce any content. This is why the thing is becoming so complicated. It's not like other things, like pornography. Someone put some, obscene videos, sexual something, is getting down because it's obscene, it's damaging. But for the fake news, what we should do about it? Yes, we can flag it, but should not be an expensive limiting the freedom of speech. Many of these social fake news producers, they are all known. One of them died a few months ago, was making millions out of this. He was creating websites, nothing illegal, just sending out some fake information. But one thing that we can fight against is incentive, like a financial gain that they can get from the fake news production, not just deleting the content. Okay, we can specify the content. Okay, this is not true, but we cannot delete it. We cannot restrict people's opinion and those stuff. This is a complicated issue, basically.
Another question. Okay, thank you.